guys, and welcome to my week 28 update. And this one is gonna be a big one. So get your snacks ready, get your everything ready, get comfy, because here we go. So I don't know why, I'm actually kind of nervous to make this update, and I don't know if it's because it's my last update in this house or everything that happened. I don't really know how to put it into words correctly, and my brain's all scrambled, so I'm gonna try my very best to get through this video for you guys. But I wanted to show you guys, I got another pregnancy shirt that says, and then there were three, which technically there's gonna be 5 of us, but there's 3 little girls gonna be running around here come December. So anyways, guys, let's just get into it. So my symptoms this week have been very similar to my last week's. So I'm just gonna go over them very quickly. Heartburn, growing pains, occasional nausea, headaches, no new stretch marks, but my skin does feel like it's ripping a new one. I did get some organic African shea butter online, and it is the best thing in the world. Like, it's so like thick and luxurious, and like you warm it in your hands and then put it on, and I actually feel like for once this cream is like really doing something for my current stretch marks. So that's like it's amazing. Weight gain, I have gained let's see, I started at 136 and I'm at 150.4 pounds right now. So I feel like the weight is really starting to finally, like, you know, come on now. I'm currently 29 weeks pregnant, so for having about 11 weeks left, 10 weeks left, I'm pretty happy with the pace that it's going. With my last pregnancies, I gained like 46, 48 pounds, and it all shed off very quickly. So I think, honestly, I think I'm on the right track. But I think that's pretty much it, honestly, for my symptoms that I've been having that have been new. It's just, the heartburn is just getting way worse. Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty standard this week. But to get into the fun part of this video and why I'm even making a video this week before moving, because I am moving this weekend, and I was like, I have to film it before this weekend because I have to tell the story before I forget, because I have forgetfulness in this pregnancy really bad. So I first want to start off by saying I absolutely love my doctor. I absolutely love my doctor's office, and I absolutely do not want to down talk any of that at all. So it has nothing to do with them. It's just circumstantial. So about 5 or 6 days ago, my husband told me, hey, on the 24th, I actually got a voicemail from your doctor. I didn't see it till now. They wanted you to call. And so by the time he had told me about it, it was already the day before my appointment. So I had another appointment. I had a doctor's appointment. And so I called them and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. Do you have my number and everything? And they were like, yeah, we have your number, but it says you're not taking voicemails. And like the number that I had saved in my phone wasn't the number that they were calling me on. So I didn't recognize it, and I don't answer it because I get a lot of real estate calls that are just people trying to buy like our properties. And so I never answer my phone if I don't recognize it. So I was like, oh my goodness, is everything okay? Because I had taken my glucose test, right? And so I was like, okay, well, what's going on? And she goes, I just needed to let you know you're low on vitamin C, which is really important for like baby's brain development. She goes, you're really low on vitamin C and you're really low on iron again. Surprise, surprise, every pregnancy I'm anemic. And I thought I made it through this time, but nope. So that explains why I've been tired and dizzy and like had the sight loss, is because of my anemia. It gets really bad during pregnancy. So she was like, I immediately want you to start, you know, getting back on your supplements and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. So like, that's not the worst thing in the world. Like, I don't like that I'm anemic again, and I don't like that I was low on vitamin C, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It's fine, right? Okay, cool. So the next day we go to the doctor's appointment, and I'm going, and I get in there and everything, and I'm sitting down with my husband and my 2 kids, and the lady comes in, the nurse, and she was like, yeah, let me check your blood pressure and everything. Do you want your flu shot? And I need to give you your RhoGAM shot. So I was like, yeah, cool. So she gives me my flu shot, and then she gives me my RhoGAM shot, which, mind you, I might have to clip this out. I don't know. My bottom is very, I have a big bottom. You know where it is. Like, when you see it, you know where it is. They gave me my Rogam shot in my back. In my back. Not my butt, my back. So they're supposed to give you your Rogam shot in your butt. This poor nurse didn't put my Band-Aid on my flu shot. She put it under my flu shot. She didn't give me my Rogam shot in my butt, even though I pulled my whole pants down and my underwear down for her, and she pulled them back up. She gave it to me in my back, which has caused back problems. So that was the beginning of the nightmare that is about to happen. So I'm like, okay, so I have a pain in my back now. I have a pain in my arm from the flu shot, which is normal, but I'm like, okay, like, all right, come on now. And I'm anemic, and I gotta take vitamin C. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I started talking to my doctor about my foot cramps that I've been having in my Charlie horses, and she's like, just try not to point your toes as much, you know, keep up with the potassium, magnesium, blah, blah, blah. Cool beans. So then they go to take the baby's heart. I have had obviously 2 girls before and have experienced, I don't know how many heart appointments where they check with a fetal Doppler. This was the very first time where I've laid down and she went onto the heartbeat, and the heartbeat actually had a really bad murmur. Like, it was like skipping a beat. Like, it would be like super fast, like, if that makes sense. It's probably totally embarrassing for me to be doing, but like, it would be like going, stop, going, stop, going, stop, going, stop, going, stop. And I was like, that's weird. Is she like in a weird position? And she's like, yeah. And she kind of like looked and she was listening to it. And then she goes, let's have you roll on your side. And so I was like, okay. So I rolled on my side and she checked it again. And it was a lot stronger when I got off my back. But I am telling you, like, I don't know what it was about hearing her heart rate like that. I've heard where, you know, kids have moved away, kids kick the Doppler, you know what I mean? Things, they move around a lot, whatever. I've heard that a lot, but this time it was different. And I can't explain like how it was different, but it was different. And it worried me about laying on my back. And she was like, yeah, she really does not like it when you're laying on your back. So that kind of put a red flag for me, and it makes me nervous because I like to like lay on my back kind of when I'm watching TV and stuff like that. Like on my pregnancy pillow, and now I'm nervous to do that because I don't want her heart rate to be going down. And this is also correlating what I'm going to say next. So that happens, and then the nurse is like, so I was like, oh, I thought, like, because I missed the phone call that I had failed my glucose test. And she goes, you did. And I was like, you're funny, like, they would have told me. And she's like, no, you failed. And I was like, huh, you're good. And she's like smiling still, and I'm like, you got me, like, you're good, like, haha. And I like looked at my husband and I'm like laughing. And then she leaves the room and comes back in and she goes, yeah, yours was 146. It was supposed to be, I think their standard is 138. And she's like, yeah, it's 146, you failed. And I was like, and no one told me? Like, that I think was what the phone call was supposed to be about, on top of the vitamins, but it just got miscommunicated somewhere down the road, like telephone, the game telephone. So I apparently failed my 1 hour glucose test and didn't even know it until 2 weeks later, which is a big deal to me because sugar has made me extremely sick when I eat sugar. And so my mind is, oh my gosh, I thought, okay, it's just one of those flukes where baby just doesn't like sugar. And then now I'm thinking, like, has my baby been healthy this whole time? The heart rate's been weird. Everything's just been weird. So I don't know. It was kind of frustrating and confusing, and I ended up taking the 3 hour test. I am going to make a video right after this one explaining the glucose test because it's going to be a long video and I don't want to make this one way too long. So I'm going to go ahead and make that one a separate video. But you guys definitely should watch that because my glucose test situation was just as crazy as what just happened. And so anyways, they tested me for glucose. I am waiting to see the results for that. I still, like I said, just go watch the glucose video because there's a lot of symptoms that happen because of that test and a lot of craziness because I had to take my 2 toddlers with me. They got me in for like an emergency appointment the next day in the morning, and so I got tested for it, and so it was just a crazy situation. So I guess my update would be I'm low on vitamin C, I'm anemic again, I'm dizzy, sick, and possibly have gestational diabetes. So if you guys want to see and hear exactly what happened during that glucose test, go ahead and view that video. I'll try to have it linked down in the description below for you guys, or it will be in my baby number 3 playlist. If you guys are new here, please subscribe and join the family, because apparently it just keeps getting crazier and crazier with all these videos. And I am excited to update you guys on the new home and everything like that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.